If you want to learn any programming language, after going through the concepts, you have to do this programming. Okay, you have to type those programs and you should run those programs. So it will be, of course, easy to learn, but you have to put some effort and time also. And a powerful programming language, let me tell you that why we are calling powerful programming, that any type of application or project you can do with the help of Python. That's why we call it powerful programming language. And it has efficient high level data structures. That is the beauty of actually Python programming language, that is has high level data structures. So data structures that we don't have in other programming languages, we have here, that we will discuss later. And a simple but effective approach to object oriented programming, and all the features of object oriented programming you will get here. Okay, so that's why it is becoming so efficient. Okay, and Python's elegant syntax, so its syntax will be so easy. If you will compare with C++ or Java, you will find that it is so easy in syntax, and dynamic typing it will provide. So simply it is going to help you in application development quickly. So it will take your too much overhead of typing and syntax. You don't need to take care of all those things. You know the basic syntax, and then you have to follow. You don't need to put semicolon after each statement like we have in C or C++. So those overhead type of things are not here. Okay, and the Python interpreter and extensive standard library are freely available in source or binary form for all major platforms from the Python website. So this one, www.python.org, is the official website from where you can download that Python interpreter, and you can also, so let me share this URL with you. So you can download Python interpreter, and you can learn about any library also. So tutorial is also there on python.org. Okay, so let me go to, so this one is, we can say, a pictorial representation of all the features of Python programming, like it is interpreted. So we have Python interpreter. It is not compiler based, and it is high level language. High level means we can understand. That's why we call it high level language. And simple means syntax wise it is of course simple, open source, so anyone can contribute, and for anyone it will be available free. GUI programming we can do, and object oriented features are there. Expressive language, it is expressive, and large standard library is there. That is the actually main feature. That's why Python is so much popular, that it has large standard libraries for any type of project. If you are going to do so, you have a standard library for that. You have to import that library, and you can use functions of those library easily. You don't need to write functions for that project. Okay, so that is the actually main feature. That's why Python is so popular, we can say. So these were introductory idea about Python. And let me go to that. If you want to do Python programming, so of course, first of all, you have to install Python interpreter. Okay, so I would like to tell you that from this session or next session, you should try to have a laptop or computer from where you can at where you can run your program, whatever we are discussing at the same time simultaneously. If you are running those program and you are sharing that output of that program, then it will be very interactive and you will gain more. Okay, so I would request you to have a laptop, okay, for from the next session. And if you have for today's session, that's good. That's very good. So let me tell you that how we can install Python interpreter, basic interpreter from this one. So for that, we have a tutorial that I shared today in WhatsApp group also. So if you haven't joined WhatsApp group of participants, first of all, I would request you to join that WhatsApp group first. Okay, so I will share the code for that WhatsApp group, link for that WhatsApp group also. So let me share that. Through that WhatsApp group you may join. So in that WhatsApp group we will share so many resources and information about sessions also. So I would request, if you are going to if you want to learn basic things about Python, okay, then you should join this WhatsApp group, and most probably you will be getting tutorials, notes, and YouTube video links. Okay, and also information about sessions that we are going to conduct. Okay, so better you join this WhatsApp group. Next thing, let me share that how we can install Python interpreter on our computer. So that I'm going to tell you. So for that, actually, I shared this Python tutorial. Okay, so this was all about basic things. Next, open the official website of python.org. So that I will follow. Okay, what I will do, I will write python.org. Hope I am audible and my screen is also visible to all of you. Would anyone
Yes.
respond? Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, sir.
So this is, thank you so much. So this is the uh, that URL of official website, we can say, of Python. Okay, so this is home page, and simply you have to go to download. Okay, and in download you will find that all releases, source code, Windows, Mac OS, other platform license, alternative implementation. Simply you have to click on according to your operating system. Like if you are using Windows, then you can click here. Otherwise, if you are using any other platform, then you can click here. So we are using Windows here, then we can go for. So for Windows, actually we are getting a pop-up also here, so you can click directly here. Otherwise you can go to all releases. Okay, so if you will go to all releases, you can see that here we have 3.10.1, that is the newest release that has been released on December 6 of 2021. Okay, so if you want to download that, here we have to click, and then that exe file or installer file will be downloaded. If you want to download 3.9.9, 3.9.8, okay, so that you can also download if you want to use previous version. But it is advisable that you should start with the latest version, 3.10.1. So what we will do, we will click here on download. Otherwise, if you will getting here download Python 3.10, so directly you can download from here also for Windows. Okay, there is a button. Otherwise, from here you can download. So for example, if you are going to download from here, so you will click and you can see that here you will get. So in my computer, actually I already have installed this Python 3.10. So what you have to do, I'm just going to show you from these screenshots. Okay, that you will download, and then you will get this type of exe file, and then you will double click this exe file, then it will this installer will be open. Okay, this window will be open, in which you will get install Python 3.10.1 64-bit. Okay, if you are using for Python Windows. For Linux it will be something like that. So if you are using Linux, so same way you can go. So install Python 3.10.1. So what you have to do, that you have to take this one, install launcher for all users, and add Python 3.10 to path. Okay, after ticking these two options, you have to click on customize installation. Okay, you have to click on customize installation. Then after that, you will get a window in which you have to select optional features like documentation, PIP, TCL, TK, that is for TK Inter, that is for GUI development, and Python test suite. So you can tick all these things. Okay, simply, and then you will click on next. Okay, then after that you will get window for advanced options. So in advanced options, you can click these three things. Otherwise, you can click for all the options. Okay, there will be no problem. And then the unlock debug by binary requires VS2. So last one you should avoid. Okay, because that is especially for VS 2017. Otherwise, you can click these three advanced options only. That will be enough for you. And then install, you can directly click on install. Okay, if you want to change the folder in which this will be installed, that also you can change. Otherwise, you should click on install. Then once the installation is over, so it will take some time and some progress bar will be there. So after that installation, it will be like that setup was successful. So finally you have installed this Python. Okay, then after that, what you have to do, you have to go to simply that search box adjacent to your start button. Okay, then you will write there Python 3.9, or simply you can write IDLE. Okay, so IDLE 3.9 also I have in this computer, and IDLE 3.10 also I have on this computer. Okay, so for example, I am going to open this Python 3.10. Okay, so you will be getting this type of editor, this type of window. For that, here you can start typing your Python program. For example, print, and then you can write, sorry. So print is a function actually in Python, so that you can write directly, hello Python learners. So whatever message or a string you want to write, that you will write in double quote, and then there is no need to put semicolon, colon, or full stop. Simply you have to type this one, then you will press enter, and then you will get this message like hello Python learners. You can do simple calculator type of thing like 2 plus 3, so it will give you 5. So from here you can write your Python code. Okay, but let me tell you that this ideally integrated development learning environment, that is, you can say actually editor, Python editor. So here you can write your Python program simply. Okay, but if your Python program consists of more than one lines, okay, like if you have 2 to 3 lines code, then it will be better if you are going to use it in script mode. Okay, so this is in simple mode, this will be in script mode. So in script mode, what you have to do, you will go to file, then new file. So you will click on new file. So this new file will be open, and then here you will write your 2 3 lines code. Okay, 1 2 3. So all these code you will write here, and then you have to save this one first. Okay, save as, like save this one, .py extension will be given, and that file will be saved. Then after saving that, you have to click on run module. So then whenever you will click on this run module, then you will get output for that program. Okay, so we will do it for long programs also. So but especially for one line code, you can do it directly here. Okay, so this was about Python installation. So let me admit, I think someone is there. Okay, so it was about Python installation. Okay, so you can follow this tutorial if you want to install. So all these steps and screenshot is also there, so you can install this Python interpreter. And one more thing is that there are other Python editors also, like Jupyter, PyCharm. So which one you should use? So as per my experience, I would suggest that uh, for beginner level, for at least the topics where you are going to discuss about for loop, while loop. So till then you can use this ideally. After that, whenever you are going to discuss about functions in Python, then you should use Jupyter. Okay, then it will be good. And if you have good internet connection and all, if you are going to do any machine learning project, and then you should use Google Colab directly. So we will also follow this thing, that for initial programming, for initial sessions, we will use this ideally. Okay, and after that, after few sessions, we will switch to this Jupyter editor. Okay, so Jupyter, but coding wise it will be same. Okay, otherwise you can use, if you have good internet connection, you can directly use Google Colab also. Okay, but coding will be same, syntax will be same. So I would suggest you to not to be confused in using editors. Okay, simply you should focus on learning Python syntax and the basics of Python programming. Okay, editor you can change anytime, so that will not be an issue, big issue. So in addition to this, so till this point, let me tell you that I hope all of you are getting all the points that I am trying to tell. And next thing I am going to tell you about Google Colab, that how we can use Google Colab. Okay, so for using Google Colab, let me tell you that in Google you can write directly. So first of all, if you are going to use it on Google Chrome, so first of all, I would suggest you to open your Gmail account. Okay, like this one is my Gmail account, so that I have opened, and from there you can also go to Colab. I think Colab, Colab. So more from Google, I think it will be. Otherwise, So simply after opening your Gmail account, what you have to do, you have to take a new tab, and after that you have to write simply Colab. Okay, it is actually Google Collaboratory. So Google Colab you can write. So on Google, the first link that you will get for research.google.com, welcome to Collaboratory Google Research. Okay, so on that link you will click. Okay, but before that I would suggest you to open your inbox, open your Gmail account, okay, in one tab. In another tab you can do this thing for Google Colab. So this is my Google platform or Google Colab account, you can say. So I have these type of Google Colab files. Okay, so let me show you that what I have in my Google Colab files. This one is hands-on Python programming, so basic code is there. Audio classification using machine learning. This is a machine learning project that I completed for audio classification. And this one was faster RCNN tutorial. It was a tutorial. This was for object detection. This was for diabetes prediction. So all these machine learning projects that I completed. So all is there. Some are untitled also. So there is famous project for Titanic survivors also. For one of my student, I discussed this MNIST digit classification project. Okay, so this was the thing that I have done. So all those files are available here, but what you have to do simply, so you have to click on new notebook. Okay, new notebook. Okay, so if you will click new notebook, you will get a new Colab file. You will get a new Colab file. So this one is your new Colab file or new notebook of Google Colab. So here you can give title to that Colab file. For example, hands-on Python programming. And today's session is 21st December. Okay. So like that you can give name, and then after that you can write your code here. For example, print, sorry, print hello. So this you have to write here. You have to write your code here. If you have 2-3 lines, then just by pressing enter you can write your code. Okay, so like that, and then you have this type of button for run cell. So you will click on that, and it will depend on your internet connection, that how fast you are going to get result for this one. So I would suggest, if you have good internet connection, then only you should use this. Otherwise Python ideally or Jupyter you can use. Okay, so it will depend on your internet connection, that how quickly you are going to get the result. Okay, so this print hello you are getting. So like that. So if you want to write any other code, then you can get a new cell. So if you will click on this plus code, then you will get new cell and you can write your code there. Okay, so this was basic thing about Google Colab. So how you can write your code and how you can run your Python code here. Okay, so it will be simply through your browser, through your internet. If you don't want to install Python interpreter on your computer, then you can use this Google Colab feature. Okay, so this is a cloud based, you can say, Python editor provided from Google. So it is free, and same, you can share it with someone, you can save in your hard drive, in your drive also. Okay, Google Drive, and you can save upload it to GitHub account also. You can save it, you can share it with someone. Okay, so all these features are there. It is something like all the features we have in file menu. Okay, in Google Doc and all, so same features we have. So if you want to share, so for example, if you want to share this one, so you can share it with someone. Like I am going to share this with EduZone, so I will share this one. Okay, so it will go to that email ID, that link for that one. So like that you can use this Google Colab. So you can do Python programming online by using Google Colab. So this was introductory idea of Google Colab. In general, we will use Google Colab for deep learning project or heavy projects of machine learning. Okay, in that I will also tell you few features that you can change in Google Colab, like you can select GPU, TPU, all those things. Okay, in Google Colab for your projects. But for simple projects, you can write simply, you can simply click on run cell and then you will get output of that. If you want to, so I have recorded video tutorial also on Google Colab. Let me tell you, on my channel for Google Colab. So videos. So this one is for Google Colab. So let me share this with one. Let me share this one with all of you, that this is my YouTube video tutorial on using Google Colab. So how you can use Google Colab. So you can go through that. So this was about installation of Python interpreter and using Google Colab. Okay, so next we will go for basic data types in Python. So you can see in this diagram, so I will try to explain most of the things with the help of diagrams and tables. I will try not to use so much text actually, because it will be easy to recall the things, easy to get the things, okay, for you if I am going to use diagrams and tables only. So data types in Python. So this diagram represents data types in Python. We have numbers, and number may be an integer or floating point like 2.5, 3.5 point numbers. Then complex also we have as a data type here. Okay, and boolean, in which you can store true or false. Okay, true or false type of values if you have, so you can store in boolean, but that will be under the category of integer. Okay, and sequences, we have sequences means a number of values you can store here. Okay, a sequence of values if you want to store, like in strings, lists and tuples. We have sets also here. We have none as a data type here. If you are sure that there is no value in anything, then you can use it as none. Then we have a special data type, that is mappings. Okay, and in mappings we have our data type, that is dictionaries. So all these things we will discuss one by one. So before going to for further slides, let me ask few questions. So do we need to declare type of variable in Python? Okay, so as we know that in general in C, C++ or even in Java, we have to declare a variable, then only we can use it. Okay, like in C++, if you have to write something, then you have to write something like that: int a is equal to 5. Okay, and then semicolon. In general we write like this. Okay, but in actually in Python we don't need to write. So let me show you that how we can write in Python. Okay, so for example, if you want to store integer variable 5 in that, so simply you will write a is equal to 5. If you will type for a, you will get 5. If you will write b is equal to 5.7, so simply b, you will get 5.7. So there is no need to write the type of that variable. Okay, like it is integer, like int, you have to write float, so float, you don't need to write in Python. Okay, so let me show you the type of this variable a in which we have stored 5. So 5 is an integer, so it will automatically declare it as integer. So type a, so you will get that output class int. It means it belongs to class int. Int means integer. If you will check for this one, type or b. So type is a function that actually gives you the name of the class, okay, for that object. So class float. So it will automatically assign this that particular class, okay, of that data type. I hope you are getting my points. So let me ask if I am going to write B or C is equal to Rizwan, or Python we can write. Okay. So for C we will get this one. For C we stored this Python word. So what will be the result for type of C? If you can type it on your Python, ideally if you have installed it, then you can, or any editor if you have, or any Python editor, then just try to do it and then tell me that what you will get for type C if we have stored C is equal to Python. So you can type in chat what you will get. Then only this sessions will be going to be interactive. If I will tell all the things in one class character, Zuberi told class character, okay, fine, good. So we will see that what we are getting, okay, in Python. Otherwise you may guess, okay, you may guess simply that it should be character or it should be string, what it should be. Sorry, string, good. Anyone else? If you have already Python interpreter installed on your computer, then just type this code like C is Python in double quotes, and then type of C. What will be the type of C? Okay. Arun Kumar, str means string. Okay, that's fine. Good. String. Okay. So for other participants, let me tell you that if you are going to do all these programming things simultaneously during the session, and you are interacting like these people are writing their answer, whether their answer is correct or incorrect, important thing is that if you are involved properly, if you are engaged properly in this Python coding, then only you will get maximum, you will gain maximum from these sessions. Okay. So I would suggest all the participants that from the next session, they should have a laptop and with any Python editor where they can type their Python code, whatever we are discussing, and then they can run simultaneously. They can answer whatever I'm asking during the session. Okay. Because if you will think that you will just watch these sessions or attend these sessions just like watching any serial or movie for on your television or any display device, then of course you will get less, you will gain less. Okay, so if you want to learn this programming, then of course you have to be involved simultaneously, you have to type. So in addition to time, you have to put some efforts also. Okay, then only mentally you will be engaged. So, okay, that's so simple. So let me tell you why I am going to conduct further sessions in this type of interactive way, that then only you will get maximum, you will gain maximum from these sessions. And for long time, whatever you will learn, that will be in your mind for long time. Okay, if you will be doing programming that we are discussing uh, simultaneously. Okay, so whether your answer is correct or incorrect, let me tell you that if you are involved, then you are going to learn more. So for type C, let me tell you, or let me show you the result. Class is str. So str means string actually. Okay, so str is string. So actually whatever you are going to write in double quotes or even in single quotes or even in triple quotes. Okay, so let me show you that if you will take in single quotes, like I am going to take India in single quotes. Okay, so then also, sorry, so D should be single quote, and then India we will write. Okay, then B we will write, then we will write type of D. So type of D will be, of course, str. Okay, so whatever you are going to assign in some variable in double quote, single quote, or triple quote, okay, that will be treated as a string. That will be treated as a string. So character or chr is not a data type in Python. Okay, because in general we compare these things with the knowledge of C or C++. Okay, in C or C++ we have character as a data type, but in Python we don't have character as a data type. We have directly a string. Okay, so what we are going to write, for example, if in a variable e, or actually it will be an object of that class, so e we are going to write something in triple quotes. Okay, and then we will write, for example, programming, or then triple quotes. Okay, so e will be, and then let me check the type of e. Okay, again str means string. So now let me tell you in a single sentence that whatever you are going to write within double quote or single quote or triple quote, okay, okay, all those values will be, or all those things will be treated as a string. Okay, so that's clear, I think. So let me check if we have something. Okay, so now let me come to the next slide, that what will be the output for 10 by 4 in Python. It will be 2 or it will be 2.5. So if you have Python interpreter, then just run or try to get the result for 10 by 4. Otherwise, you may guess. Okay. So there is no issue if your guess is correct, or if your guess is incorrect. But of course, if you will be involved more, you will gain more. Okay. So what will be the result for 10 by 4? So these are very basic things, and we are going bit slow for first few sessions. But after that, of course, we will speed up our sessions, and we will try to cover more and more in our sessions. But it may be possible that few people will be new to this Python programming, and even few people will be new to programming. That's why I am going bit slow. That what you will get for 10 by 4 in Python if you will write 10 by 4. Because if you will try to answer with the knowledge of C or C++, 10 is an integer, 4 is an integer. So if you will divide 10 by 4, so answer will be automatically an integer. So it should be 2 if you will think with the mindset of C or C++. But in Python, we will have, so let me show you that what we will get for 10 by 4. Okay, 2.5. Okay, but if you will do it in C or C++, you will get 2. Okay, so that is the thing, that is the point actually that we need to know, that in Python programming for 10 by 4 you will get 2.5. Why? Because Python supports less data loss. Less data loss means actually 10 by 4 will produce value 2.5. Okay, and 10 is an integer, 4 is an integer, but that result is not an integer, so it will automatically store it as a float. Okay, and it will, if you are going to store 2.5 as an integer, then of course it will be 2. Okay, then 0.5 information of 0.5 will be lost, but Python supports less information loss. So that's why it will automatically store the whole result, whether it is float or integer. So it will automatically treat it as per the data type, that in that type of data type where there will be less information loss. Okay, so आपका information बिल्कुल भी loss नहीं हो, ऐसे data type में automatically इसको store कर देगा. So for 10 by 4 you will get 2.5. So these two questions we discussed. Then we have if and if else, and we will talk about loops. So before going to that, let me ask you that what we call all these structures, actually these are called control structures, because we want to control the flow of execution, okay, flow of execution of program with the help of these structures. Even in C or C++ also we have if else and loop control structures like for, while, all those things we have, okay. So if you will talk about if condition in Python, then the syntax for if condition is if, then you will write your condition, okay, and then colon you have to write, then in next line with some indentation, okay. So what is the syntax of if structure? That if statement you can use like if is a keyword, then after that you will write your condition, that may be true or false, then colon you have to write, so that is in syntax, you have to use colon, you can't skip colon, okay. And then statements that you want to associate with this if, okay, so that those statements you have to write, but let me point out that these statements will be at some indentation, okay, at some indentation, it means you have to take some gap, okay. Um, you have to put some margin. So I will just show you that what we can write. So we are going to have 2 or 3 lines code, so that's why I will use this ideally in script mode, okay. So what I will do, I will take a new file and I will write my code here. For example, I will write a is equal to 20, then we will check that this number is greater than 10 or not, okay. So we will write if, then we will check that whether a is greater than 10 or not. So a is greater than 10. So that is our condition. Then colon we have to put. Then we have to write after some margin, after some gap, okay, we have to write in next line that if a is greater than 10, then we will write print greater than 10, okay. Then, so this is a message we will write in print function, and as I told you that how we can use this. So this is a print function simply, okay. So this is if a is equal to 20, then what we will get, a is greater than 10, then of course we will get greater than 10. Otherwise, if a is equal to 5, then you will not get anything, okay. So for this code, I am just going to run this code. So before that, we have to save this as a file. So save as, and we are going to use this as hands-on Python programming, and if we are using, okay. So we will store it in, for example, desktop, okay. Then where we will go, we will go for run, and then we will click on run module. So here you will get greater than 10. Why we are getting greater than 10? Because the value a is greater than 10, that is 20 actually. If you will change something here like a is 5, okay, then you have to again save this one. Otherwise, if you will directly click on run module, then it will automatically show this message box to save this one. So you have to click on OK, then you will get this result. So here we are getting nothing. Why we are getting nothing here? Because a is not greater than 10. So this print, this statement containing print function like greater than 10 or greater than 10, this will not be executed, okay. So that is simple. If you know basic things of if in C or C++ also, then you can get it easily. Simply you have to learn that syntax of if, okay. So now let me go to that else part. So if you have something in else, then you can write else, and then you can type print, and here what you will write, not greater than 10, okay. So let me tell you that after if also, whatever you are going to be associated with this if, you have to write with some margins, with some indentation. Same for else also, you have to write with some indentation. Okay, this indentation you have to follow, so otherwise you will get error. Okay, syntax error. So after that, of course, we have to save this one, otherwise you will click on run module, then you will get this message to save. Okay, so this one is expected. For else also we have to use this thing. Okay, this column. Okay, then we will try to run this one, then you will get this output not greater than 10. Why we are getting not greater than 10? Because at this point a is equal to 5. So what it will do, if a is greater than 10, this condition will be checked. As a is 5, that is not greater than 10, so it will come to else. And in else, what we have? Print not greater than 10, so it will be printed. So that's so simple. So keep in mind that for if, after condition you have to put colon. In else also, after else you have to put colon. Okay, so that syntax only you have to learn here. I hope this flow of if and else most of you will be knowing. If you have basic knowledge of programming, then you will be knowing. So this was about if and else. And if you have multiple conditions, then you can use if also. So let me show you this program. That is something like this. So I will show you. So this program we have. Okay, so for what we have this program, let me tell you that check whether a number is positive, negative or zero. It means user will be asked to enter a number. Okay, user को एक number enter करना है. For that we will write first line. Then after that we will check that number is positive, it means it is greater than zero. Number is negative, it is less than zero, or it is zero. If it is not greater than zero, less than zero, of course it will be zero only. Okay, so for that we are going to write this program. So first line, let me explain that what we have written in first line. Number is an object or variable, you can say, is equal to int of input enter a number. So before this let me tell you that input, so input is a function like same as we have print as a function. Okay, so input, what input will do, whatever you will write from your keyboard, okay, that will be taken. Okay, that those values will be taken by console. Okay, with the help of input function. Okay, and in input what we have, enter a number. So this message will be displayed, and after this message whatever you will type, that will be recorded. Okay, with the help of this input function. But let me tell you that whatever you will type, okay, for input function, it will be treated as a string. For example, if you are going to write 4, that 4 will be treated as a string, but we want an integer value here. Okay, because we have to compare it with 0, greater than 0, less than 0. That's why we will put this int function. So what this int function will be doing, this int function will change the value that you will enter, okay, to an integer. So what int will do, it will simply change the value that you will enter to an integer. Okay, otherwise if you are not going to use this one, whatever you will enter, that will be treated as a string. Okay, that will be treated as a string. But we have to compare this value that you are going to store in number with 0. So that 0 is integer, so you can't compare a string with a with an integer. So that's why we are using this integer function also, int. So let me check that parenthesis, that this parenthesis has been closed here, so we should put this one also. After that we are going to check if number is greater than 0 colon print. So this print statement should come with some space. Okay, elif number is less than 0, it means if number is not greater than 0, then we will come to this condition. Okay, number is less than 0, then print. So we should take a tab here, and if number is not greater than 0 and even not less than 0, then we will come to this else part, and here we are going to write number is 0. So again, as per syntax, we should give tab here. So this will be the proper format of your program. Now we are going to run this one. So for that, first we have to save this one. Okay, so I hope you can see this thing. Sorry. So what we are getting a message, enter a number. Okay, so we will enter a number like 8. If you will enter, then you will get number is positive. Again, if you want to run this one, then you can run, enter a number like -5 we will enter, then you will get number is negative. Okay, then again if you want to run this one, then you will click on run module, or F5 you can run directly from keyboard. If you are going to run enter 0, then you will get, and then press enter, number is 0. Okay, so that was simplest program using if, elif and else structure. Okay, so if you have so many cases or conditions to check, then you can use if, elif and else structure. Otherwise, if, else will be sufficient if you have only two conditions. Okay, so I hope these points are clear. Okay, these are very basic things, and if you have studied all those things in C, C++, I think you will be getting it very accurately. Otherwise, you may ask if you have any query. Okay, so it's 8 o'clock, so I will take few more minutes to cover a topic that I should cover just after if, else and if, elif structure. Okay, so before that, let me tell you that we are actually going to start a 10 days course in which we will cover these topics in detail, and this will be a 10 days course, and that language